So this was a really quirky song. Have you ever heard anything quite like that before? I can't say that I have. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to be reacting to more metal music, symphonic metal music. The band is Epica. The piece is Sensorium. I haven't done a lot of Epica yet, so I'm very excited to do this. This recommendation comes directly from Buy Me a Coffee, so if you want your recommendation bumped up to the top of the list, that's the place to go. You can also check out Patreon, where I give behind the scenes footage, bonus content, extra videos, all of that fun stuff. You can find both of those links in the video description. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to pause right there because we're about a minute and 40-ish seconds in. It's a good place to stop. I've actually never experienced a symphonic metal band in this context before. So obviously the metal that I've done and reacted to so far has either been a live performance, or some of it's been on a television show, and some of it's been like the music video. This is different. This is a live performance in a studio. So it's really cool to see it all kind of stripped down. There's not a lot of, smoke and flames and all this craziness going on. It's actually just kind of a stripped down version, which I think is really, really cool. So Simone is the lead singer of Epica, and Simone is really, really awesome. She's got a very unique voice. It's very, very beautiful. She's got that kind of classical soprano sound that she can pull out sometimes. And it's interesting on certain vowels, like on the word, I have the lyrics in front of me here. When she sings, "The more we learn is the less we get," she actually kind of covers her sound a little bit. She adds kind of a sound to it, which is really interesting. And it makes that word kind of pop for me in a really interesting way. So sounds good. This is clearly a very old video. This link comes from Buy Me a Coffee. So it's very old. They're much younger, the much younger versions of what they are now. But it just goes to show that they were a great band from the start, and they're still a great band. And as I am usually with symphonic metal, I'm interested in what's going on text-wise. Chance doesn't exist, but the path of life is not totally so predestined. Time and chronology shows us how we all should be in ways of existence to find out why we are here. That's very interesting. I wonder, I don't fully know what that means yet, but maybe it's something to do with kind of struggling with understanding why we exist. Something like that. We're talking about existence and our place in the world. There's some pretty big concepts in metal, and I don't always understand it, but that's okay. you hear the kind of covered sound that she does? I want to go back and listen to that again. I love this. This is real, right? So she made kind of a face. I think she maybe came in slightly late in one of her entrances. There was really no error made, but she just kind of made a funny face. I want to watch that again and see if we can figure out why she made that face. Did she come in a little bit late? What happened? But listen for that kind of covered sound that she creates on certain words. It seems like if it's like an E vowel, she kind of covers it or something. Exist. So she kind of goes for more forward, rounded lips almost. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So Simone has a very clean and clear voice. And as you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos before, you probably know that I really appreciate that in a singer, because when we're singing with a band, or maybe it's a live performance and there's a lot of things going on, if we don't have a clear voice, then our sound gets lost in the texture. We get lost in the whole mix of sound. And on top of that, not only that, but we lose the text. And what I've discovered with metal, and so many of you we've had great interactions and conversations about this in the comment section of other videos, is that the poetry is so important. Sometimes it's about, in the case of Nightwish, their extensive history and how, different things have happened within the band that they've reflected on. Sometimes it's about nature, sometimes it's about life. This is very up for interpretation, but it's about, where we fit in the universe, and, are we here by accident? Why are we here? What is our place in the world? And if we don't get those words because our voice is muddy, or maybe it's kind of breathy or scratchy, it's just not clear, we're just not going to get the same effect. Not to say that we need to have a clear voice all the time. I think what makes a good metal singer is their variety in their voice, and that they can do different things. They can make different sounds, and they can kind of do spontaneous things, I guess, vocally, to make it interesting. But at the heart of it, and it's the same with Tarja, it's the same with Floriansen, and some of these other amazing metal singers we've heard, they've got a clarity of the voice, and that comes from a classical training, to be honest. It comes from that. So you can hear that in her voice. There's that kind of operatic sound that gives suits the symphonic metal kind of feeling. And she's got nice vibrato in there. It's even, it sounds good. She's covering some of those words, which is really interesting. And let's continue on. We've got some backup singers. And I think somebody else, Mark Janssen, I think, is going to sing now. Okay, I don't actually know who that was. It says here on the lyrics that that's who it was, so maybe you can correct me in the comment section below. So very different sound from Simone's. This was very growly and scary. Cool. So this was a really quirky song, I will say. It's unlike anything I've ever heard before. And we're going to work backwards a little bit just on this group chorus that happened at the end. So, and we're going to listen to it again, don't worry, but it's like the rhythm of the words or the syntax of the English sentences didn't line up musically. And I'm going to make the assumption that was probably intentional. And we're going to listen back again so I can actually hear that again. But when the backup singers were the chorus people were singing, it just had a dun dun bum 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 kind of uncomfortable offset vibe, and it was very, very quirky. And then we finish with Simone singing, being conscious is a torment. The more we learn is the less we get. Every answer contains a new quest, a quest to non-existence, a journey with no end. Right? So that's what I mean. Like these metal lyrics are often, they need a few listens to come to an understanding. And maybe you might not even come to an understanding. There's a lot of interpretations that you can make. I know the band probably has their interpretations based on what they're saying. The fans are different, blah, 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 you know? So it's deep and it's poetry. And when it's poetry, it's up for interpretation. So do with that what you will. But let's hear this chorus part again. It's very, very odd. I like it, but it's odd. So our future has already been wasted by us alone. So the important words in the sentence kind of get brushed aside for unimportant words. Our future has already been wasted by us alone. Our future has already been wasted by us alone. That is very weird. But we don't grasp the meaning of. So of is the accented word. Huh. Have you ever heard anything quite like that before? I can't say that I have. It's very interesting. It's very rhythmic. But the long notes in that phrase are unimportant words like has and of, and then the important words kind of get brushed aside. I don't know what the intention was behind that. Can't say that I can make sense of it, but I'm sure there's a reason, and it is very interesting. So that kind of grabs your attention. But I wonder what the reason for that is. Yeah. And that kind of syncopated rhythm offset thing really only happens in that one chorus, because everything Simone sings is actually, it's got the right kind of emphasis and what we would expect from the English text. Very interesting. Okay, so I liked this piece a lot. I liked the setting was really cool. I like the fact that they're in a studio, and they're recording, but it's being filmed at the same time, because it makes it a little more human. We saw Simone not make a mistake, but she kind of went sort of like that, just to show that music is spontaneous, live music, anything can happen, and you just have to go with it. And sometimes little mistakes like that actually lead to changes and in the music, and people really enjoy seeing that kind of thing. I was looking carefully at her mouth and her lips when she kind of covers that sound. What I mean by covered is if I were to sing an E vowel, With no cover, I would sound like this. E. But if I covered it, it might go E. So the lips sort of muffle the sound a little bit. And she does that throughout the piece. I think it gives it some interesting variety. Maybe that's just how she feels comfortable singing certain vowels in English. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds good. Clean, beautiful sound. Excellent. And that's going to be it for this video and this performance. Thank you very much to Epica for being epic. And thank you very much to you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and check out some of the videos that are about to pop up on your screen right now. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.